And we're continuing our exploration of affirmative prayer and also diving into some meditation techniques, some ways of observing and calming and taming our mind so that we can tap into our own inner wisdom, tap into the greatness, the fullness of our own divine nature. And we've been using the book, How to Pray Without Talking to God. And so my reading this morning comes from that book. The Ineffable, which is often what we think of when we think of this idea of God. Hard to explain, hard to know, and yet we feel a truth there. And we know it by many different names and through many different capacities. Linda Martella says this: the Most High, the true light, divine mind, source, the Holy One, infinite love. I cannot define it, but I have experienced it. Perhaps you have too. Poets and mystics of every culture and faith tradition have attempted to describe the indescribable, the ineffable divine nature, formless yet capable of taking any form, unseen yet appearing in visions, unknowable yet revealing itself to devotees, timeless yet pondered in every era, the confusing yet compelling divine nature. Why do we care about this? Why do we quest and question? Why do we hunger to understand divine nature? For one reason: it is our true nature. Let that sink in. As Jesus Christ is reported to have taught, you are the light of the world. Is it not written in your law that I said you are God's? All that God is our true nature. And that is ultimately the purpose of prayer, as I understand it. To acknowledge, to claim, and to further the expression of our own divine light, our own divine love. First and foremost, in our own life, healing ourselves and then contributing to that light in the world. And so today's service will really be an opportunity for us to have some practices to still our mind, to calm our mind, to attend to our mind, and then to open up to receive that inspiration, those glimpses of peace, of hope, of love that reside within us when we get still and know. So I'll invite us into a time of prayer now. Ringing the singing bowl, which invites us to drop from our head to our heart. Just taking a deep breath. So just invite you to feel the fullness of a full breath. Closing your eyes or lowering your gaze, whatever's comfortable to you. Let a deep breath bring you into this moment. Feeling the feet, the ground beneath your feet. The chair supporting your back. All just invitations to be right here, right now. And with each breath, relaxing your physical body. Literally, perhaps breathing into any space or moving any place that could use movement or greater relaxation. Let this be a place and a space where you can indeed fully relax and be present to all that you are holding, not rejecting or pushing away anything, welcoming it all. No resistance, no judgment. Behind all of our thoughts and all of our feelings, that there resides that presence, that stillness, where we get glimpses of the truth of our being. Truth of our being is wholeness, is love, is peace, is understanding. So make an intention right now this morning around what you hope to experience here in this service and perhaps throughout your day. Knowing that where we put our focus, we expand. So it's an opportunity to consciously choose in this moment to connect with the depth of our being. And to let that depth shine through any places or spaces that might feel confused or scared or uncertain or unwell. We can catch our breath, knowing that we are sharing this experience in time and space, a shared human experience that is grounded in spiritual truth. This is a time of great ascension, where each one of us is being invited to know this truth more fully, more deeply, and to tend to that place, so that we can then meet the world from a steady place. And so we shine that light this morning. And if your light feels dim, just receive that light of all of those around you. We light the way for each other. And for our capacity to know this, to continue to claim this divine nature within and all around us, we say thank you. What we appreciate expands. So we appreciate our capacity to become more and more aware each and every day of this great truth that sets us free, that we are one with the source of all life and with each other. And as we let that be, so it becomes our reality. And so it is.
Lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones to break the mold. Ooh, oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh, oh. Don't let me down, fill my heart with silent sounds of pavement painted in the shades that lead us to a higher place. We'll lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones that break the most. Look inside yourself, you are okay, there is no shame. Look inside yourself, we're all okay, there is no shame. Now count the fingers on your hands and tell me which ones could you stand to lose? Not even one. So wave them high over your head and don't forget that every day we choose to see the sun. Lift me up, don't let me down, fill my heart with solid sounds of pavement painted in the shades that lead us to a higher place. We'll lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones to break the mold. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. 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 Now life's not something that we find, it's more like something that we can create. So there's no need to close your eyes just to find the victory before the race. Look inside yourself. You are okay. There is no shame. And look inside yourself. We're all okay. There is no shame. Lift me up, don't let me down. Fill my heart with solid sounds of pavement painted in the shades that lead us to a higher place. We'll lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones to break the mold. Don't let them infect you. Don't let them infect you. Don't let them infect you. Oh, lift me up, don't let me down. Fill my heart with solid sounds of pavement painted in the shades that lead us to a higher place. We'll lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones to break the mold. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Don't let me down. Fill my heart with solid sounds of pavement painted in the shades that lead us to a higher place. We'll lift the light over our heads, walk around lit up instead of letting darkness fill the holes. Let's be the ones to break the molds.
Well, that was fun. Thank you. Oh, God. I used to do that. Oh, I don't know why this is second week in a row, the True Confessions of Trish, but you just reminded me. I grew up in the 70s. I was born in 1970, and so Cher was all the rage. The Sonny and Cher show. I had a whole Cher, like, playhouse with the Cher doll. And so, at some point, I started wearing, like, my blanket on my head. My mom was like, I was like, do you like my long, luxurious hair? Like, well, it's got a silky fringe, but it's all right. So, anyway, that's what reminded me of that. So you're welcome. I Dream of Jeannie was my other favorite. Oh my God, I Dream of Jeannie pajamas. I had to get in that bottle. There was so much plush furniture and fun, and you could be this big and then be, anyway. We're talking about some big things today, so let's get on with it. How many of you are having trouble sleeping? Yeah. How many of you are feeling lightheaded and just, yeah, you're not like sick necessarily, but I've been hearing, there's a lot going on astrologically. I don't know if you follow that. I haven't like closely, but it's interesting. There's a astrologist I highly recommend on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, Pam Gregory, who has really helped me understand just that we're at a very unique time astrologically. And so you feel like time is going fast? It is. We are being propelled into, we need changes coming. And we can think about it and, it's happening. And it is happening within us. I love this idea that she puts forward, and I've heard it from other teachers, that ascension and evolution is happening through humanity. It is happening through our literal bodies, Our bodies are waking up. Our bodies are coming online. The wisdom of our bodies that we've been cut off from for far too long. There's also a great wave of channelers coming through that are just, these great truths are coming through from all different voices. I've been listening to Lee Harris, who's just a love. And he's easy to listen to. Some of you follow Paul Selig. He is so hard to listen to when he channels, because just the way he does it doesn't mean his truth, I know his truth is profound. But Lee is like, he's got this great English accent. And how does he say equilibrium? Anyway. So I hope you are looking at all that's going on and recognizing that you're a part of it. And I'm finally to that point where instead of feeling like, holy shit, this is happening to us, I'm realizing this is happening for us. What's happening in our world is a catalyst for change. And so you're probably feeling all that in one way or another, right? And we're reminded, as I set the intention for you this morning, Pam Gregory ended her latest reading by saying, we can't be in love and fear. We have to choose. And that's the point where we all are being called to. And the other side of that, the temptation is either to be in apathy, like what does it matter, right? The world's on fire, war is back in ways our ancestors of 80 years ago would be, are. Deeply saddened, deeply troubled. And it's a realization, this word sovereignty and authority. We have the power individually and collectively. It's a time of recognizing how we've given our power away. Be that to governments, to society, to social norms, to religion. And so this series on affirmative prayer is grounded in deepening our understanding that the true power that we have, first of all, lies within ourselves. When we see something happening out here that is disturbing, the true power that we have is to align ourselves with what we want to experience. It's tempting to feel like we're anti-war, right? We're anti-whatever. But then we're using our energy against something, and the trick is to use it for what we want. And so what's unique about affirmative prayer is that the only way I know how to teach it is to compare it to perhaps how you've been taught to pray for something. Right, for something to happen. And usually there's this separation, that there's a force outside of you that can do something that you can't do. And so you're kind of asking to fix something, to change something, to make something happen. And this shift that we're in is to realize that we first and foremost do that within ourselves. And if we are wanting, for example, if we are feeling lonely, disconnected, and we go into a whole prayer about the perfect person arriving, that's one thing. But the other way we could go about that is to ground ourselves in the experience, the feeling, the capacity of connecting, of belonging, of love. And now that's kind of the vibration that we're putting out, that we'll be attracting from, if you will. And we know that our connection comes from many different ways. That idea that there's one perfect person for you. There might be a good one. I sure hope we've all found our good ones, but no one's perfect, right? And so the ways that we connect with all people, through friendship, through companionship, through community. Community is becoming very important. For us to come together and say, holy crapola, a lot is going on. How are you doing? How's it happening for you? What are you waking up to? What are you grieving? And the other thing that Pam pointed out that I really resonated with is that the themes coming into our orbit are around truth. And there is a truth that is the truth, is the truth, is the truth. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care who's reporting it. And so we are in this time where we've been, told how divided we are. It feels like the truth is uniting us. People from all sides, from all backgrounds, from all political stances are demanding the truth. And we are unifying around the truth. The truth that all people matter, the truth that, I won't name them all, for I don't want to go down all those roads. But you know what I mean. And so what seems like, oh my gosh, we couldn't be more at odds, right in the middle of that is something seeking to unify us. And the truth is a big concept, right? It's a concept that you hear a lot about in unity, that we are grounded in the truth with a capital T, which is not changeable. It doesn't change when we don't feel like it or when someone else does something, no matter how obscene. That we are all connected. And that our humanity is, we're recognizing the depth of our shared humanity. I think I've certainly had this idea intellectually and spiritually that we are connected because we come from this one great source of life, whatever name and nature you know it. And so it's at the core of you and you and you and you and you and me. And so it's the same source. We recognize it in each other in some way. Then I lose my thought. Right when I'm at the arc. Wouldn't you love to know what I was about to say? Just give me a second. That has been at the cost of our shared humanity. That somehow, spiritually, we can transcend that. That we don't, if we get to a place in our mind, we won't have pain, we won't have confusion, we won't have suffering. That's not a human experience. And the suffering and the pain and the confusion is the catalyst always for greater good, for greater growth. So it's really a decision of, as I said, we can't be in fear and love at the same time, so make a choice there. The same is true for this great decision of, is life happening to me or is life happening for me? And that's what's happening now. The prediction is that we are the ones that are living in a time where there is an evolutionary shift. History will remember this time, and we're part of it. We can be terrified and cling to what was and the good old days, and there were good things. Or we can include what was good and begin to transcend. And so I'm sharing this with you for those of you who might still be in, oh God, get me out of here. To consider this a growth opportunity and to notice what you're noticing, what's falling away for you, what's being challenged for you. and lean into that. Well, I haven't looked at my notes once. Look what I did. I hand wrote them, like the old days. It was great. I know, I just said you're supposed to not do the old days. But you can do what used to work. You can do what works for you. I realized sitting at a computer for 6 hours is just life-sucking for me. So I wrote my stuff outside. Nature is part of that. I've been hearing nature is huge for us right now. Grounding us, connecting us, regulating us. So, meditation and prayer. Amen. Is that a sneeze? Bless you. I can't tell what's happening. So, meditation offers us some techniques for working with our mind to begin to observe it, to begin to quiet it, to begin to tame it, to recognize how our mind will take us all over the place. Some of you have not even been in this room for the last 15 minutes. You've been doing your shopping list. You've been wondering why I'm wearing these shoes. Who knows, right? The way our minds can take us all over. And so it takes practice, and it takes consciousness, awareness. Where am I focused? If I'm feeling scared to death, what am I thinking about? What am I running through my head all the time? And can I pivot that? Can I shift that? So I want to lead you through a breathing exercise just to sort of welcome the full experience of being in this body and having this nervous system that if you are looking at the world, at all the things that the world is showing us, your nervous system can get triggered all the time. You're just in constant fight, flight, or freeze. It's exhausting. Many people are feeling completely exhausted. And so taking time to restore yourself, to rest, to pay attention to the quality of your thoughts, and to own the power of your breath is so easy and so huge. So I want to just share this technique called baby belly breath with you. And you might already know it, but it's really easy, and I hope that you will take it into your life. The invitation is to practice it frequently. So it's just a way to calm and to get centered. So I invite you to close your eyes. And before we get started, just close your eyes and do it and check in. Check in honestly with sort of how you're feeling, the quality of your thoughts, and be honest. You can be tired, you can be annoyed, you can be happy, whatever. Just take notice. Right now you're feeling XYZ. And tuck that away. And now for the next few moments, our only focus will be on our breath. So as your mind wants to pull you away, just come back to your breath, and I'll lead you into that. So just invite you to take a deep breath and really focus on letting that fill your stomach. So taking a deeper breath than you might usually take. And just keeping with that slightly deeper breath, begin to observe that breath. Observe, just like when you watch a little baby that just is breathing. We breathe without effort. And so take a moment to just notice your natural breath. No wrong way, no right way. And then begin, as you deepen that breath, letting it come more fully into your belly. begin to let the exhale be a little longer than the inhale. Just gently, you don't have to do 20 minutes, just a couple more seconds of exhale than inhale. And notice if your mind is wandering, just bring it back. We're focusing on the power of our breath and allowing our exhale to last a little longer, and then to make a slight pause before we inhale. Just a comfortable pause. Maybe breathing in for 4, exhaling for 6 or 7, and pausing. And keeping this process gentle. Don't force it and don't judge it. Keeping that pause going. There's evidence that that pause, that space is we're accessing our most creative place there. There's a peace there that calms our nervous system, focuses our mind, opens our heart. Regulates us enough to begin to glimpse and sense an inner peace. And this is available to us all the time. So continue to notice that peace, that calm, how gentle it is, how soothing it is. And remember, if we want to impact our outer reality, we must start from a place of alignment. And it's as simple as connecting with our breath. And the healthier we are, the easier this becomes, and it just takes practice. So begin to let your breath gradually start to come back to normal. And check in with how you're feeling now. Has there been a shift? Our breath is known to reduce cortisol. That stress hormone, that stress, interestingly, tends to cause us to breathe more shallowly. So this again takes awareness. It's so simple. So just invite you to take a deep breath and bring your attention back to this time and space. Did anyone notice a shift in how they felt? Raise your hand. Great. So simple. I make things so complicated. I've got to be on a pillow. I've got to have 14 candles. Nobody else can be in the house. The dogs are going to bark. Just take a breath. You can do this in your car. You can do this on your way to your appointment. You can do this after, if you dare, watch the news. And it's important to realize, too, that we're not denying what's happening. We're wanting to to respond to what's happening in a way that is coming from a regulated place where we can access our divine nature, these capacities for understanding, for love, for faith, for release, for all of our 12 powers and more. But we have to get still. We have to remember. In the there's just so much outwardly and so much of our conditioning that has not held up our divine nature. And so it is up to us to really claim that. I'm hearing teachers in from many traditions say it is time to sharpen our instruments. Our meditation, our prayer, our eating, our sleeping. Because what is being revealed is here to be transformed, to be healed, and to be transcended. What's coming forth is healing generations of trauma and violence. And as we hold that, as we can be with that, as we heal that, it stops it. And as we do that in ourselves, it's certainly not easy. But as I've said many times, my experience is in that healing, I'm also freeing the fullness of myself. Because things that we disassociate from and hide and stuff also hide and stuff and disassociate us from our full, authentic nature. And that's what we are really being called into, to be who we've come here to be. Not who we've been told we have to be or should be or will be rewarded to be. Who we really are. And we don't all have to do it the same way. Oh!
That's right.
It's much funner.
Yeah.
Is that a word? It is now.
It is now.
So, I want to close with this idea that the illusions that we have all been mystified by and blinded by are what are coming into the light, and they're shattering right before our eyes. And there is some grief in that, there is some pain in that, there is some anger in that. Those are all reasonable. But it is all coming, the greatest illusion of which is separation. That somehow some people are better, that somehow some people deserve more, that somehow, no. And while I would guess that no one in this room actively believes that, our subconscious has been influenced by the culture that we live in, by the times that we've lived in. And that's what's coming to light. And nothing can be changed unless it's revealed and healed. And so what is actually moving is this call to an actual unified consciousness. And that is what unity has stood for so long. And I think even unity is evolving. Some of the ways that we have just been, I've been reading Eric Butterworth to you. We have been doing that for how many years? Now, Eric is wonderful. The Fillmores are wonderful. But let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's start living it.
Yeah.
We've got some resources. Oh, God, I should have said that long ago. And maybe it's me that's slow. I'm slow on the uptake. That's another thing my mother used to tell me regularly. Now, I've been in therapy over that. But she was right. She's like, you're really smart, but you're a little slow on the, common sense. Like, hello, we've been waiting for you. Mom, I'm 23, I'm gay. Oh, you don't say. Thank you for letting us know. Your Grandma Shirley knew that 4 years ago. I'm like, oh, Grandma Shirley. When were you going to tell me that? That was after, of course, she stopped drinking a case of Budweiser a week. So there's another issue. That's all the stuff we've been dealing with and not talking about. And we can talk about it now. That's all. Okay, our time here is done. Thank you for coming. And remember, here's one more thing I want to tell you. So in Linda Martella's book, How to Pray Without Talking to God, she reminds us just, how we have not been pointed inward to discover and claim our own divine nature. And she talks about it and likens it to how the yolk of an eagle egg contains the genetic code for the eagle. The messy yolk. Eagle is its true identity, but it still has to break through the shell. Spiritually speaking, the shell can be equated with our external sense of self. All that has covered us, all the masks, all the mechanisms. But still within us is that divine yolk, waiting to be expressed more fully. But we have to crack the shell. And that's what we're doing here together. That's what I hope we're doing here together. To continue to see that eagle nature in every one of us. And call each other up when we fall off our perch. Yeah. So, get ready, get set. Here we go. Evolution is on our way. I've talked too much. So we're going to let Summer sing us this. It's definitely got some meditative, heart-opening energy to it. So take this in as we close this out.
We struggle with the rain. We struggle with the pain of pure desire. We struggle with the space we're in when it's our own skin on fire. The grit ascends onto the surface, bringing up what we'd assumed had given way to the passing of the days. So we fight against our past, losing ourselves in a parade. Futile are the efforts of movements made in desperate need. Listen to the voice within, wait long enough to set it free. There's a pain that issues warning, and there's the kind of pain that's necessary to give birth to something new. Bring it home enough to know, give it space to move through you. Love assumes the risk of loss. Love can bear the weight of pain, and it will all come back around, 'cause love's the reason that we